Hello students, myself Abdul Wahab, biology lecturer in Don Bosco PU College, Chitradurga. In the previous class, we discussed a chapter called digestion and absorption. In this chapter, in the first class, we discussed about the food and major components of food, then the significance of food, then the definition of digestion, the types of digestion. In the second class, we discussed a human digestive system. It consists the alimentary canal and digestive glands. Among the two components, in the previous class, we discussed the alimentary canal, how the food is passes from mouth to anus. Okay. Then, in this class, we are going to study a digestive glands. Digestive glands. So, what is meant by gland? Gland, it is a secreting tissue or secreting organ. Chemical secreting organ or tissue. The glands are two types. One is endocrine glands, another called as exocrine gland. The endocrine glands, the glands which secrete their chemical secretion called hormones directly into the blood without any duct. Duct, D-U-C-T, duct means a tube-like structure, a channel. Second, the exocrine glands, the glands which secrete the chemical secretion the glands which secrete the chemical secretion is called enzymes. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಡೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸು ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೀಟ್ ದ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಇದು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಂಡೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಎಂಡೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, then gonads, adrenal gland, etc. The exocrine glands are salivary gland, gastric glands, okay, etc. Let us study one by one. So, first of all, in the digestive system, especially with alimentary canal, some glands are associated, that is called as a salivary gland which is present in the mouth region, and then the liver, then pancreas, gastric glands, then intestinal glands. Let us study one by one. Okay. Yes, when come to the digestive glands. Digestive glands. First of all, a salivary gland. Salivary glands are present in buccal cavity or oral cavity. The salivary gland produces a juice called salivary juice. Such salivary juice consists a liquid called as a saliva. The saliva of salivary juice is secreted the salivary gland. The salivary gland consists three pairs of glands. One is called as a parotid gland present in the cheek region. Second, submaxillary gland and submandibular gland present in lower jaw region. Then the sublingual gland present below the tongue region. These three pairs of salivary gland collectively secrete the saliva, okay, in the buccal cavity. Then the salivary glands, what it secrete the saliva? When you come to the composition of saliva, it is a colorless fluid the pH is about 6.7 to 7. That is nothing but the a slight a acidic in nature. Then it is per day secretes 1 to 1.5 liters. It consists 98 to 99% of water, 0.2% of salts like sodium chloride and bicarbonate, and the mucin, a sticky substance, enzymes like salivary amylase and lysozymes are present. This is about the composition of saliva. Okay. Then when come to the second, a digestive gland called as a liver. It is the largest gland of the body. Its weight about 1.2 to 1.5 kilogram in adult humans. The liver is located or situated in abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm. Okay, diaphragm, it is a muscular dome shaped organ, divides the two cavity. One is abdominal cavity, another is the thoracic cavity. Above the diaphragm it is called as a abdominal cavity, nothing but the stomach, and below the diaphragm is called as a thoracic cavity. One is called the abdominal cavity, another called as a thoracic cavity. Sorry. The diaphragm, it is a muscular, a dome-shaped organ. It divides the two cavity. Above the diaphragm is a thoracic cavity, and below the diaphragm is called as a abdominal cavity. Okay. Then the liver consists different number of lobes. Those lobes are called as a hepatic lobes. Okay, hepatic lobes. So when come to the hepatic lobes are the structural and functional units of liver. Okay, liver. These hepatic lobes consist the hepatic cells arranged in the form of cords. So I show you one diagram. So this is the structure of liver lobule or liver lobe. So this type of liver lobes are present many in number in the liver. So it consists central region called central vein. Okay, central vein. Then it is a nothing but the cells which is present in the cord like, that is called as hepatic cords. Then yes. So this is the central vein, and these cells we are called as a hepatic cords. So each hepatic cord consists of cells, those we are called as a hepatocytes. In between the hepatocyte, the space is there called as a sinusoids. So this is nothing but the a liver law. This part consists of hepatic. One is the hepatic portal vein, second is a bile duct and hepatic artery. These are the structure of the liver lobule. So this is the grass structure of the liver. See here, the liver consists of a gallbladder which stores the juice called as a bile juice. This gallbladder secretes the bile juice. That bile juice is enter into the duodenum of the small intestine. Okay. Then the whole liver is externally covered by a thin connective tissue sheath called as a Glissen's capsule. See, what the liver having a hepatic cells are there. The hepatic cells secrete the bile juice. That bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. That gallbladder able to passes the bile juice into the small intestine. So the gallbladder connected to the small intestine. The gallbladder passes the bile juice to the small intestine by a duct. That duct is called a cystic duct. Then Next, the bile duct and pancreatic duct both are open together in the duodenum of the a small intestine. That part we are called as a hepatopancreatic duct, which is guarded by, which is helpful by a wall called as a sphincter of OD. Sphincter of OD. So the sphincter of OD, it is a wall guarded to the common hepatopancreatic duct. The next gland is called as a pancreatic gland. It is a commonly called as a mixed gland, heterocrine gland, or a dual gland because it having two part. One is called as a exocrine part, another called as a endocrine part. So the exocrine parts are nothing but the a pancreatic cells which secrete the enzymes. Then it is a endocrine part called as a islets of Langerhans. It secrete the hormones. Okay. When come to the exocrine portion of the pancreas, which secrete the pancreatic juice. The pancreatic juice contains the pancreatic enzymes. Pancreatic enzymes. Then the pancreatic enzymes one is called as a pancreatic lipase, pancreatic amylase, trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, carboxypeptidase, elastase, and nuclease. These are the enzymes are present in the pancreatic juice. Okay. Then what the endocrine portion or endocrine part called islets of Langerhans in pancreas is there. It secretes the two major hormone. One is called as a nothing but insulin, another called as a glucagon. Insulin and glucagon. So here what happens? The islets of Langerhans consist the three types of cells: alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells. Alpha cells secrete the glucagon hormone, beta cells secrete the insulin hormone, delta cells secretes the one more hormone called as somatostatin. Then so this is about the three major glands associated with the digestive glands. Apart from this one, the other glands are there called as a gastric glands. The gastric glands. The gastric glands are present in the stomach region, mucous membrane of the stomach region. Mucous membrane of the stomach region. Okay. Stomach region. Here, the gastric gland secrete the gastric juice. The gastric juice consists the three types of cells. One is called as a chief cells or peptic cells, which secrete the proenzymes. Second, oxantic cells or parietal cells, which secrete the HCl, hydrochloric acid, in stomach. Third, goblet cells or mucus cells, which secrete the mucus. Mucus is a sticky substance helpful for a lubrication. These are the three types of cells we are going to see. When come to the composition of gastric juice, it is a colorless liquid. The pH is 1 to 2.5 and it secretes per day nearly 2 to 2.5 liters. The main composition of the gastric juice is water, mucus, hydrochloric acid, and enzymes. The enzymes like pepsin, renin, gastric lipase, and gelatinase. Then, when come to the HCl, the oxantic cells and parietal cells secrete the HCl. HCl, it is responsible for acidic nature of gastric juice. It activates the inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin as well as pro-renin into renin. Then it prevents the decay of food in the stomach. The decay of food in the stomach is called as a putrefaction. It brings about the curdling of milks. Curdling of milk. Okay. It loses the fibrous food particles and such process is called a maceration. These are the list of functions performed by HCl, hydrochloric acid. hydrochloric acid. Here what the renin is there, it is a unique enzyme present in the mammals only because the renin is specifically a digest or break down the a unique protein called as a milk protein called as a casein. ಕೆಸಿನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಯುನೀಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ರೆನಿನ್. ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕೆಸಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಸಮೇತ ಮ್ಯಾಮಲ್ಸ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲೂ ನೋಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ a gastric glands. When come to the next glands called as a intestinal glands. Intestinal glands. The intestinal glands which are present in the mucous membrane of intestine. The intestine secrete a juice called intestinal juice. Such intestinal juice called succus entericus. Succus entericus. The secretion of succus entericus is stimulated by a hormone called enterokinin. There are two types of intestinal glands called crypt of Lieberkühn and Brunner's gland. The crypt of Lieberkühn found throughout the small intestine. The Brunner's gland found in the duodenum of the small intestine. Small intestine. The intestinal juice, nothing but the succus entericus, consists least of enzymes like enterokinase, aminopeptidase, tripeptidase, dipeptidase, maltase, sucrase. Sucrase is also called as invertase, then lactase. These are the list of intestinal enzymes. Intestinal enzyme. So, list of enzyme. This is about the digestive glands. Okay, when come to the bile juice, I am going to briefly explain about the bile juice. We know that bile juice is produced by hepatic cells in the liver. Such bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. Such bile juice is passed through a duct called cystic duct into the duodenum. When come to the composition of the bile juice, it is a greenish yellow fluid. The pH is about 7.8. So about half a liter or 1 liter is secreted per day. The bile juice contains water, bile pigments like bilirubin and biliverdin, the bile salts like sodium and potassium tarcholate and glycolate, some amount of cholesterol and phospholipids called lecithin. Bile juice does not contain any type of enzymes. It does not contain any type of the digestive enzyme, but bile juice is essential for digestion process. Bile juice ಒಳಗಡೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸು ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ದ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಲೂಸನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲೂಸನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್, ಯಾವ ಲೂಸನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಣ. ಇನ್ ದ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ contains the lipid inside the lipid, the molecules are very compactly arranged. So such compactly arranged lipid molecules will not break down any type of enzyme. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೋಡುತ್ತೆ ದ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ is covered completely to the a lipid ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಆ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಸಾರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ when it able to completely covers the lipid content, then in the bile juice what the bile pigments and bile salts are there, those are able to loosens the molecules of the lipid content. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ the bile pigments and bile salts, these are able to break down the bonds of the lipid molecule. ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ದ ಲೂಸನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೋ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಂಪಲಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಾವೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಗುಂಡಿ ತೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಗುಂಡಿ ತೋಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಗುಂಡಿ ತೋಡಬೇಕು, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ. ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಒಂದು ಐರನ್ ರಾಡಿಂದ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡೋ ಸಮೇತ ಆ ಗುಂಡಿ ತೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಮಣ್ಣು ತೆಗಿಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭೂಮಿ. ಆ ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರು ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭೂಮಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಈಗ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಐರನ್ ರಾಡಿಂದ ನಾವು ಗುಂಡಿ ತೊಡಬಹುದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟು ಬಹಳ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬೇಗ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೈಲ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸು, ಬೈಲ್ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂದು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟು, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್, ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸು ಮೌತಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೆರಿಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಸಿಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಸ್ಟಿಕೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಬೇಕಂತಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ 3 ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಆ 3 ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ 360 ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.